And if you have something you want to talk about this week, please let me know. But I'm working off of one screen here. But the number of items in progress continues to increase and churn, like we turn them over pretty much every week. Some of them are taking some time, the lower priority ones. But I thought what was interesting this week, we have the private link NSG tests that are still being worked on by Lawrence Lee on the SONiC team. And so that's kind of interesting. We have these guys here waiting for review, and I've checked each one just to see, what we're waiting on or if we're waiting for a review. I noticed this one's waiting for a review from Liat, but I don't know Liat's GitHub ID, so maybe I'll shoot her a note. Quite a few for HA, just because the HA tests are being put into here, and then just waiting for a couple of more from the SONiC team. So those are awaiting review. This one was submitted by Farhat from, this is Dream Big Semi. So this guy Fani here reports to Farhat. So they did an update for us to add a missing deparser emission. I'm not sure that I would know exactly what that is, but it's nice that they went ahead and did a contribution, and it looks like it's waiting for a reviewer as well. So thank you to Dream Big for that. And then here, what I thought was interesting is there was a test that was submitted, and I need to find it, and it was dash ENI counter test plans and tests. So this was submitted and also merged. And so Jinbin, I guess, submitted it, but they have basically an ENI counter test plan and test cases. So if you're interested in that, could look at that. And that one's also been merged just a couple days ago. So, and I also thought there's been a lot of work going on in the HA world, more PRs than I could probably insert here. But it looks like this one here, for example, it's kind of like, to me, it sounds kind of like a noisy neighbor kind of thing. But, when we have updates from DPU state, they're doing multiple changes and Redis didn't filter and the notifications are being sent, and it was just, creating some pollution. So it looks like Fred from Cisco went ahead and took care of that. Fred, are you on the call? Or let's see, I don't have Fred. Oh, hi, Prabhat.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, so Prabhat, I was just pointing out a few that were done that I thought were interesting or valuable. So anyway, over the last, week, more than 10 have been done. So I didn't get a chance to get the notes out last week. So I'll go ahead and, consolidate those and send those this week. And also we had a few fixes coming in. For example, I know this is more reporting on the smart switch than Dash, but I thought it might be relevant to bring it up here. We have a fix to prevent crashing within chassis ID on the smart switch here. So that was Judy Joseph from the SONiC team. And so he did some fixes here. And then we have these new ones here that I need to cover, but add test to cover Dash, trusted VNI, floating NIC, and return path ECMP. This one should be a good one to go over at some point. This is Lawrence Lee from the SONiC team. So he basically created this here to cover these features. I don't see Lawrence on the call. Is there anything you wanted to comment on this one, Prabhat?
Nothing specific.
Yeah.
Still working on it. He said he doesn't anticipate any image changes at this point.
Cool.
But I have a more closer sync up later today with him.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So thanks. So that'll be good to get those tests done. And then we had some work done by Cisco here. I think Murali's out this week, so he and the team can't comment, but we had two here at the bottom about programming the tables and this convert unspecified to standby. So those are being worked on. Is there one you guys wanted to cover in particular?
So I think Ramesh is on the bridge. So I had a comment on one of his PRs, the third from bottom.
Third from the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Want you this one? The build flag.
So Ramesh, I'm not sure if you saw this comment. So currently, Smart Switch and non-Smart Switch are using two different platform ref for Cisco. I think that needs to be aligned before we can merge this PR.
Correct. Yeah, I saw that one yesterday. I haven't didn't get so much time to make that change. I will make that change and update you, Prabhat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there was an ask from NVIDIA on when this can be deprecated, so that's the reason I wanted to follow up.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing that up. I have been working on a Power BI to do trending over time and look at the drafts and open and closed, et cetera, week over week, and it's working pretty well. So maybe I'll show it to you guys next time. Hey, Marian, since I haven't talked to you in a while, those ones about the are these still pretty low priority? The HA session parameter bounce back IP and underlay TTL. Should I move those
right
out?
now, yes, because we're still fixing bugs both in SONiC and on our side and inside.
Okay. Should I move those out to? Should I move those out to like September? Check back on them.
Yeah, I think we can get back to them after we will have our first release, and then we can go back and do the cleanup.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good to me. So yeah, really too much to talk about here, but those are the ones that I thought were interesting. And I know in addition for our internal team here, Azure Dedicated, we're working on this source rewrite here, source Mac rewrite. So that one's still in play. And this one was interesting, increase the max DPU process timeout. So yeah, this was, I believe you mentioned this was a guy from NVIDIA, and he's working with the platform team and Vasundhara, et cetera. So let me see what the last one was on this. I guess it was just a review required, but he removed the extra commit and changed it. So just waiting on Vasundhara for this one. So 360 to 400 seconds, not milliseconds. Huh. Okay. Right, cool. So unless there's something specific to talk about, I guess that's all I have for this week. It's summertime here at Microsoft, so a lot of people are kind of in and out, for their vacations, et cetera. I was thinking of taking some time off either the next week or the week after. And then I think we talked about maybe moving the Dash meetings to 3 times a month instead of 4. And maybe that first Wednesday of the month would be the one we would delete and give us back a little bit of time now that we're so far along in the development process. I was hoping you guys would agree with that. Everyone say yeah. Yay, time off. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we also had TCS. They are ready to submit. They gave us a PTF test PR that we had said would be useful in SONiC. They're not ready to present it this week, but we'll probably go ahead and do that in the next week or two. And then we also internally Microsoft discussed VTAP, and VTAP would be a feature where we're basically able to tap in and mirror traffic for compliance, regulatory, financial, those kinds of reasons. And so Prince went ahead and went through with a member of the SDN team, how to document the feature, what pieces needed to be changed, whether it was GNMI, org agent, SI, et cetera, like the 8 steps that you need to take to get a feature. And so his name is Pranjal or Niraj, I think, is going to go ahead and present that maybe in the next month or so. So, all right. Well, thanks for coming. Thank you, Prabhat, Swami, and Don, everyone.
Thanks, Kristina.
I wasn't going to have this call today, just I wasn't sure, but I thought I could touch base, cover a few things, and then everyone can go. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.